Hello, and welcome to Meet the Masters. In this episode, we're highlighting V-Merang, a well-rounded mid to long-range marksman. V-Merang is a human, adopted by a Samaritan family after her ship crashed on their planet long ago. She is on a journey to find out more about her past. V-Merang is at her best during teamfights, where she can concentrate on using her multi-target abilities to deal damage to all enemies and scatter the opposing team. V-Merang's weapon is the glaive launcher, which fires medium to long-range projectiles and can be augmented for increased range, attack power, or decreased overheat. It's important to note that enemies close to V-Merang receive significantly less damage from her attacks. Her passive skill interacts both with landing weapon attacks and striking as many targets with each skill as possible. First, V-Merang stores up to 2 ring blades, and 1 ring blade is consumed with each normal skill use. A ring blade is restored every 4 seconds, and also after every 10th hit with the skill. Multiple hits with the same skill each count towards restoring a ring blade. In addition, every 8 seconds, V-Merang's next weapon attack will also bind its target for 1 second. Her survival skill, Acrobatics, allows her to handspring towards a targeted direction, closing the gap on an enemy and evading incoming crowd control attacks. Arcblade fires a ring blade in a circular trajectory that bends back to V-Merang, hitting all targets in its path. When ranked up, the skill will also slow enemies on hit. Backspin Blade launches a ring blade directly at a target location, damaging and launching struck enemies into the air. Ranking up this skill increases the projectile speed, range, and skill power. Scatterblade fires a targeted ring blade that bounces to other nearby targets before returning. Adding ranks to this skill increases skill power, cast distance, and the number of times the attack bounces. Ringblade Barrier launches a ring blade to a fixed position. The blade spins in place for a short time, inflicting damage to enemies and reflecting enemy projectiles. Upgrading this skill will increase its duration. V-Merang's ultimate skill is Blade Storm. V-Merang leaps towards a targeted area, dealing damage and launching enemies into the air. While active, V-Merang is immune to damage and reflects projectiles, but she cannot otherwise use attacks or skills. Adding ranks to this skill increases radius and duration. A V-Merang player looking to go aggressive should bring Arcblade and Scatterblade to the battle, while utilizing her standard weapon attack to provide long-range AoE damage and zoning. Use Arcblade's long range to poke enemy teams and Scatterblade to push waves and damage groups of enemies. For increased defense, Backspin Blade is an excellent choice for your kit. Approaching enemies can be knocked away, allowing V-Merang to utilize her superior range to harass enemies from relative safety. Bring along Ringblade Barrier as well for zoning enemies and reflecting their attacks. Blade Storm can be utilized well both offensively and defensively. Initiate the fight and give your team an advantage by knocking up the enemy team and scattering their offensive, or use it to peel for your team and block incoming projectiles. Either way, be sure you're ready to use your acrobatics to escape if it gets you too far into the thick of the enemy team. When playing against V-Merang, it's important to stay mobile and spread out as all of her skills hit multiple targets. You will want to avoid standing in or firing through her ring blade barrier, and if you can, get in close to take advantage of her reduced close range damage. Remember that while you may not be in the direct path of one of V-Merang's skills, it can always circle back into hitting you. Stay alert and move unpredictably to avoid this. V-Merang is a distinctive marksman with a full kit of AoE damage, great teamfight initiation, and zoning skills that you'll want on your side. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a like. You can learn more about other masters at playmxm.com, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for more info.